What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH, a hot mess. Nell just never learns. I swear she just never learn. Nell just continues to rack up the enemies. Like, when will you learn? See, this is what I'm talking about with Nell. Nell will never change. I know I seen some comments where people was like, oh, how can Nina change after all the stuff that she did? But it's so hard to believe for Nell to change. Nell's not going to change because Nell doesn't want to change. And I said this before. If Nell continues to blame people for her actions, that means she just doesn't want to change. She's going to continue to be disastrous, reckless, dangerous. And today proved my point. Valentin, she wants Valentin basically, the way I saw it, she wants Valentin and her to team up again. Because she was like, oh, you're fighting for your daughter like I'm fighting for my son. And then she gave him this look. Like, in the look that she gave made it seem like she wanted them to team up again and fight together for their respective children. As a united front. Valentin was not interested in working with her again. Valentin made it very clear. He said, I helped you with the passports. You know what I mean? Like, he basically helped her evade prosecution. He helped you with all that. Y'all are done. He doesn't want to work with you anymore. He got what he wanted. She thought that they were buddy-buddy or whatever. Valentin made it very clear to her, and this is also something that I said. Valentin only helped Nell because it benefited him. He would have never helped Nell with the passports or anything if he wasn't getting anything out of it. He got the EOQ shares out of it. He benefited. That's the only reason he helped the chick. And that's exactly what he told her. He was like, well, I only helped you because it benefited me. If it didn't benefit me, I would have never crossed your path. I would have never looked in your direction. I said, exactly. He's being honest with her. So now she's basically telling him, trying to give him a veiled threat saying, well, if you don't help me, I'm just going to have to do something bad. See, this is what I'm talking about. If people don't march to the beat of Nell's drum, she uses that as an excuse to make them a new enemy. Now, when will you learn? Valentin is not the enemy that you want to make. Like, clearly he can make some stuff happen. You know what I mean? Like, he obviously can make you disappear if he wanted to. So it's not in your best interest to make Valentin an enemy, because he can definitely, you make him an enemy when your custody case is coming up. That's not smart. He can obviously do something to make sure that you lose. Is that what you want? Like, you might want to back the hell off. That's the problem with Nell. She just don't learn. She blames everybody for every choice that she makes, every bad decision she makes. Every time she decides to do something bad, she blames other people for it. You are a grown person making grown-up decisions. This is on you. You're choosing to do evil, reckless things. Stop blaming other people. If he don't want to work with you, he don't want to work with you. He doesn't have to. He already worked with you. You benefited from it. He benefited from it. You have nothing else to offer him. So if he works with you again, what will he get in return for it? You have nothing else to give. You have no cards to play. So he doesn't see the benefit of working with you again. Like, he made that abundantly clear to her. You have nothing else that I want. You had the LQ stock that I wanted. I got that now. There's no need for us to work together, period. Like, Nell just doesn't get it. I'm like, no, let it go. Seriously. So anyway, moving on from that. So Maxie and Lulu. Maxie, I feel like Maxie came off a little harsh with Lulu. She did. She came off a little harsh, but I understood a lot of what Maxie was trying to say. Like, I definitely get it. Maxie brought up a lot of good points. You know, Lulu has been judgmental of Nina and Valentin. She's been judgmental of Valentin. And I get it. Lulu has every right to hate Valentin. She does. That's her prerogative. But even Laura has been trying to tell Lulu to, change tactics with Valentin. Like, don't be so hostile to him all the time. Don't do it in front of Charlotte. Don't do it around Charlotte. Change your approach. Lulu thinks coming off hostile to people is going to get her the results that she wants. No, you need to change your tactic. If you change your approach, you'll get different results. Hell, you may get better results. But being all hostile and angry all the time, that's not going to get you the results that you seek. It's not going to do it for you. Maxie brought up a lot of good points though. Like Lulu doesn't like the fact that Charlotte loves Valentin or whatever because of the type of person that he is. But look at her own father. Look at Luke. Luke was never a perfect father. He's the personification of imperfect. You know what I mean? Yet she, you know, she loved Luke. She loves him to death. Like she hero worships him. That is definitely true. Like she definitely loves Luke to death. But my thing is, if you can love Luke as imperfect as he is, how come Charlotte can't love her father? I mean, yes, Valentin is a bad influence on Charlotte, but Luke was a bad influence on Lulu. You know, so if you're free to love your dad, how come Charlotte can't love hers? And then she's sitting there talking about, oh, Valentin bought Charlotte a horse. Who buys their kid a horse? Wealthy people who can afford it. Like, seriously, you're condemning the man for buying his daughter a horse? Me personally, I don't believe, even if I had that kind of money, like if I was wealthy like that, I'm the type of person I wouldn't overindulge my kids because I want them growing up to be all spoiled and bratty and all. Yeah. I would buy them some nice stuff that I never had before growing up, but I wouldn't overindulge. You know what I mean? I would teach them hard work, you know, that you would be rewarded through your hard work. That's what I would teach them, so that way they would know the value of things. That's just me personally. But do I hate on wealthy people for buying their kids such extravagant gifts? No, because A, that's not my business. B, they're not my kids. C, it's not my money. See what I'm saying? Like, and I think I understand where Lulu's kind of coming from because that's her daughter too. But I also feel like there's a jealousy in Lulu because Valentin can purchase things for their child that she couldn't dream of buying for her kids, that she can only dream of buying for her kids. I'm pretty sure she would love to indulge Rocco and Charlotte with extravagant gifts, but she just can't afford it. And I think a part of her is a little jealous that Valentin can. And I also think that she's concerned about him overindulging her, which I do feel like, you know, that's also the case. Because I don't think he should, but like, again, that's his daughter too. And, you know, when she's with him, he can buy her whatever he wants. You know, there's no law against that. But I think Lulu just needs to change up her tactics and how she deals with Valentin. So she got super pissed when Maxie told her basically about her job at Deception and how Valentin is now an investor. He's a partner and also now her boss. Lulu wasn't happy about that either. She basically wanted Maxie to quit the job, and I'm like, first of all, Lulu, in this day and age and in this economy, people can't afford to just quit their jobs. Sorry, but you can't. Like, how would Lulu get by if she were to quit her job right now? You wouldn't be getting by at all. I mean, how would you support your kids if you had to quit your job just because you don't like somebody? But I was kind of surprised because I felt like Maxie was being a cheerleader for Valentin all of a sudden. And Maxie hated Valentin. When he was with Nina, she couldn't stand him being with her. She always gave him attitude. She was never very nice to him. But now all of a sudden he's your boss. You're cheerleading for him. That was ironic. Let the sucking up begin. Because that's how I see it. It's like, why are you cheerleading for somebody that you never really cared for before? Now that he's your boss, you're all up on him cheerleading and singing his praises, thinking that Lulu's overreacting to everything with Valentin and, oh, it's all in her head. Not everything is in Lulu's head. I mean, she does have valid points too. But I do understand where Maxie's coming from. He's an investor. You know, business is business. This is not personal. But of course, Lulu brought up all the personal stuff that Valentin did. Oh, he shot my brother. Oh, he did this. He did that. Okay, but all the stuff that you're talking about has nothing to do with business. That's all personal. But I do understand where Lulu's coming from because for me, I wouldn't trust Valentin either. And when I saw him talking with Lucy and talking about investing in her company, one of the first things I said was Lucy should not, you know, trust Valentin because he's slick. And Valentin is always up to something. And he was obviously spying on Maxie and Lulu when they were talking, sitting on his phone calling somebody. So clearly you're up to something. So I definitely understand where Lulu's coming from. I mean, I wouldn't trust him to cut my grass. I wouldn't trust him to do my laundry. You know what I mean? Valentin is just, he's always up to something shady. So hopefully, you know, Maxie pays close attention. But seeing as how she's with Peter, I doubt it. So anyway, moving on from that. Speaking of Peter. So Anna continues to sing his praises to Robert while they're at Violet's birthday party. Somebody had got her a pony or whatever, rented her a pony, I guess, for her party. I think Finn, I think he did a good job with the party. I think they all did, honestly. Trying to, give her everything she wants. And I do believe they overindulged because obviously Hayden couldn't be there. So I think Finn wanted to make it even more special for her since her mom wasn't there. But I think it was a nice little kid party and stuff. So yeah, Anna continues to sing Peter's praises to Robert, basically trying to get Robert to let this go. Robert's basically making it look like he's letting this go. He's making it look like he's like not going to come after Peter, but Peter's not convinced. Peter feels like Robert's not going to just drop it that easily, which is true. He's not. So Peter got on his phone basically telling somebody, oh, we're going to move forward because I feel like Scorpio's still going to be a problem. So we're going to move forward with that distraction. So he's going to try to do something to get Robert off of his case, so Robert could stop trying to find evidence against him. I feel like this is all going to blow up in Peter's face. He can cover his tracks all he wants, but all it takes is one little piece of evidence to come to light. That's all it takes. One little piece to the puzzle. That's all it takes. It's like a domino effect. You just put that one little domino up there and then the rest of the pieces will fall. That's just how it's going to be. Like, he can cover up all he wants, but you're not going to be able to cover for long. Eventually, all it's going to take is for one person to say something or one little thin piece of evidence to come out that leaks back to you. Investigation will continue. Obrecht will be free. That's all it takes is just one. Just one. One little minor detail. And that's what he don't understand. Like, Robert is a pro at this. Like, you're not going to get away with this for too long. Even your little distraction ain't going to distract him all that long. Anna, she needs her head examined. Like, I don't know what's going on with her, but homegirl is losing her marbles. I'm just not loving I just don't love the way that they're writing her lately. Like, hopefully this is Alex pretending to be Anna, because I'm like, seriously? Come on now. This is a little bit too much. I'm not feeling it. I'm like, they need to bring Anna back to the factory, rewound her. Just fix up all the little kinks and stuff, because this ain't the Anna I know, acting all foolish over this boy. So anyway, moving on from that. Now we get more talk of Wiley. I wish they would end this nonsense. I could have sworn Carly or somebody mentioned that Diane got the court hearing moved up for the next day. So now apparently the court hearing is next week. Diane is still suggesting to Michael that he marry Willow. Diane, what is wrong with you? I love me some Diane, but what is wrong with you? Any lawyer, any judge will see that this whole getting married is a marriage of convenience. Any person would see that. Like, come on, they could see right through that if they're smart. And if they can't see through it, then they ain't got no business being in law. They ain't got no business being no lawyer. They ain't got no business sitting on the bench being no damn judge if you can't see what's going on. And you could easily force people to testify that Chase is dating Willow and Sasha's dating Michael. So what judge in their right mind is going to believe, oh, y'all just broke up that fast and you decided to marry Willow that quickly, a week before your court hearing? How convenient. Anything that's too convenient or convenient at all, obviously that means that it's a setup. Because this is way too convenient. Like, who's going to believe this nonsense? And Sasha, of course, is all for it. Willow talking about oh, well, if it wasn't for Chase, I would have been, married you in a minute. I'm like, have you people been relieved of all your senses? Like, this is not going to work at all. So you might want to let it go, because this is just not going to work. Like, I don't know what type of Lucky Charms marijuana y'all been smoking, but this is not going to do. And Willow is clearly losing all her sense. Like, I understand she cares about Wiley or whatever, but she's bordering on obsessive. Like, just straight up obsessive. Like, I get that you fell in love with the kid or whatever, but he's not your kid. And I think she's losing sight of that sometime. Like, she brings up the fact that Wiley's not her son or whatever, but it seems like she's not totally comprehending it. Like, you can love the kid, but you're sitting here talking about marrying another man. Like, and I wouldn't blame Chase for being pissed off about that. You know what I mean? Like, they go through with this nonsense. And I just feel like Sasha is trying to convince Chase to, kind of nudge him to go along with it. And I don't feel like Chase should. Like, no, because you don't know how long they're going to have to be married. Even if Michael gets full custody, Nell is still going to be in the picture. She's still going to be a problem. And that would mean that Michael and Willow would have to continue to be married for an extenuated, period of time. So it's just going to be mad weird. Like, what are y'all going to have to do? Go around sneak kisses and stuff like that whenever y'all want to see each other? Like, it's not going to work. And I got a feeling that if Michael stays with Willow, he's probably going to start to fall for her too. So I'm just saying, there's just no way in hell I would agree with this. Absolutely not. I feel like, honestly, Michael doesn't need to marry Willow. I feel like he has the law and the facts on his side, though. Like, come on, he's been a part of this boy's life, even though he didn't know Wiley was his son at the time, but he's been a constant in that kid's life ever since he was born. Like, what judge is not going to see that and factor that in there? Like, he knows Wiley way better than Nell do. He knows what Wiley likes, what he don't like. He knows all that stuff way better than Nell. So what judge is not going to give him full custody, especially with her background? Like, come on. Like, he's a shoe in to win without getting married. Him getting married, I feel like it's just going to be a waste. Unless Nell pulls a move on Valentin and he decides to get her back by tampering somehow with this custody case and making sure that it falls in Michael's favor. But other than that, it's like, Michael doesn't need to get married to win. He has a stable home life. He can provide for the child. He knows a lot more about the child, what the child like, what the child don't like. He knows these things. Why Nell doesn't know crap about it? So, why go on with this farce of a marriage? For what? Anyway, hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see y'all all later. Hope you have a good day. Peace.